everybody. Depending on where in the world you are, I might wink and say happy holidays, but it is Sunday, December 26th, and we have made it out of Hanukkah. We are smack dab in the winter, and we wanted tonight to really listen to you and give you space to talk about, with January coming, with other things happening, how you can succeed better, how we can ask better and smarter questions so that we can see better and smarter results. Because the best questions that we ask are really what changes our mindset, what changes our results, what changes the actions that we're taking. So this is a FAQ call, and while our amazing coach Jen is going to be leading the FAQ, we're all here to contribute to you and your success. And I'm going to ask you, who is ready to be all in tonight? If you are ready to be all in tonight and really get the most you can out of this call, I want you to write in the chat right now. Even if I'm not feeling my best, I am all in, and I'm going to mute myself because the static is bad. I apologize, and I need to do that.
Jen, you go.
Hi. Okay. So this morning when I was writing the post, this is going to be very casual, but this morning when I was writing the post, I was thinking, better you in 2022, right? Or improved you. And then I was like, I don't want to give you your adjective. This is your journey, not my way of putting it onto you. So that's why I said in the group, what is your adjective? I'm sorry, Talia, please go out. Okay. That's why I was like, what is your adjective that you want to work on for 2022? It doesn't even have to be an entire year of picking one or two words. It could be just focusing on this month. So I want to hear what your adjective is. Mine was grateful. A part of my journey that I've realized in the past few months is that whether or not I was at a lower weight or heavier, I still really disliked myself. And I wanted to be more grateful for every weight that I'm at and where I'm at on my journey. And that has really, really helped me. So I'm really curious what people are saying. Ayala, you want to run the chat?
Yeah, I can run the chat. You let me know if you want me to start interjecting.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, great.
Everybody, not about me.
Okay, amazing. So Jen, and I love this because Jen wrote to me also, consistent. And I've been like pushing hard with her on this. So Jen, you got to unmute. I'm so happy you're not in the car this Sunday because you can really now, you're usually in the car. So, I was pushing back with her when she said, I want this year or whatever to be consistent. So take it away, Jen.
So yes, we were texting a little bit. I was running to work, but I was texting a little bit. Like there are many areas I want to improve my consistency, but tracking is definitely one where like I go all in, and I bought the 3 trackers. I'm like, okay, I got this. And I was doing really well. And then like goes like this. So there's plenty of areas of consistency, but that's definitely one of them. But that leads to, I know that that leads to consistency in other areas. Fitness, I'm consistent always. That's not an area of challenge for me. Water, I'm quite consistent with. Veggies, most I'm actually quite consistent with, and weighing myself every day, but tracking is definitely a challenge. So there you go, consistent.
So how can we support you in that?
So that's what Ayala was asking. She was asking what do I need? So I definitely believe I was she was throwing back like what methodology would be best for me. I definitely think the writing is, I'm not a journaler, but I definitely not such an app person. I'm not, but I think the journaling piece is the best way for me. But but I'm always more of like at the end of the day I write it, which is, I know that's leaving out pieces throughout the day. I know all of that. I'm not really sure. I guess like taking pictures, I need to just, I know what that would be helpful. I'm open to suggestions.
I'm happy to hear from the other coaches, but I'll just say what I do. And it works for me, but I take pictures throughout my day. It doesn't matter if it's an entire meal or a bite or a drink or whatever it is. I mean, on my water, I have my hydro band, forgot what it was called for a second, but I take pictures throughout my day. I'm not a night person. So writing it down at night is not good for me. In my morning routine, I take 3 to 5 minutes. I look through my pictures. And because I take pictures of everything, it shows me the time. It shows me, oh, mayonnaise, you had mayonnaise on that. Because otherwise I will definitely leave out details. It literally takes 3 to 5 minutes. And it's easy to say that, but it's something that I struggled with for quite a few months. And this has just been working for me.
I'm gonna make the effort to start taking pictures. That's what I'm
So
gonna
I
commit to, Ayala. You heard it.
I found, if you can struggle through the sound, that I found that whenever I didn't want to track during the day, after I ate or when I was thinking about eating, it always came down to, I'm really not sure I want to be intentional with this. Like, I'm not really committed that I want to eat this thing. And so by recognizing that, it really helped me to be like, I have to track throughout the day in my journal, because whenever I don't feel like tracking, it's just a message to me, drop the fork, think about what you're doing here, because obviously, like, it's not really what you want to do.
I usually know that, as of this, like, I came home from work. I work on Sundays. I see a few kids that came in, and like, yeah, I was about to like grab something I know that I shouldn't have. And I was like, wait, if I don't want to track that. So it stopped me. Yeah, it did. Very much so.
That's huge. So I think it's a work in progress. Like you said, like if your idea, and I love what you said, I want to go back to that. Yes, you're worried about like consistency in tracking, but I think that when we think about our year or our month or moving forward, who we want to be, it rolls over into I want to be consistent in many areas of my life. Like I see where when I am consistent in my fitness or whatever, what that gives me. This is now something I'd like to benefit from with being consistent with. So it helps us start trying to be a little bit more creative. What would make tracking be easier? Like Jen said, maybe it's pictures, and that would help with making tracking easier. Maybe it is, like I said to you, maybe it's an alarm in your phone. Maybe like all these things, we have to figure out if there's something we want to be doing, what would make it easier for me to do that? And I think that's a great thing in terms of just going forward in life with consistency. So thank you for sharing that. That was number one. Okay, Kesha, organized. You want a more organized 2022 or a more organized day, week, month? I don't know.
I just think organized in every area. I think also like you're saying, it goes with consistency. Like I just feel like when I'm consistent and when I'm organized, then definitely life is running smoother and a lot less stress. And for me, there's the obvious correlation between stress and eating well. So my goal is to get less stressed so I can be consistent with eating well.
Okay, where do you feel like you're lacking organization?
A lot of places, the house, the meals for the kids, all of it. I'm just working more than I've ever worked. So I kind of went from like part-time to full-time. So I'm in the new domain trying to figure it out.
If there was one area that you could pick first to be more organized in, that would have the biggest impact, one tiny area, which would it be?
I'll have to think about it because right now the list is looking pretty long.
I threw into the chat the consistency calendar that we had from a few weeks ago. If people have missed that call, printing that out and putting that on your fridge. You can add, we have tracking, water, and plate it as the 3 like non-negotiable behaviors that need to happen daily. But you can add anything to that if that's meal planning for you or movement. Go for it. But just having that in front of you with circles, with days that you can see how consistent you're really being has been very helpful for many people.
Okay, Sorrel wrote adventurous. I love it. You put that in the Facebook group also. So share what you mean, what you feel, what you want when you put out that word.
Well, when I think of like, carrying around extra weight, I think of all the things that I wasn't able to do, like physically. Hiking, or I don't even know how to swim. Okay. I don't know how to swim. That's like, that's issues. But I never learned how to swim. I don't know how to ride a bike. Like there are things that I want to push. I mean, I probably should just like recover my knee first, but like, but yeah, like the things that I want to like entertain, things that I always had in my head, I can't do them, and like, there's no reason why I can't do them.
Yeah, just like I will always throw this back at you. 5 months ago, 6 months ago, you telling me, okay, but I don't cook. If
Yeah.
there's anything it's been adventurous in the kitchen and with your ideas of food and different things that you started incorporating. On the bike thing, I don't know who here remembers or who was following Alana during that time, or who here
I was
knew
just
and
gonna
wasn't following
say, yeah.
Alana. Alana learned how to ride a bike only like a year or two ago.
Oh, awesome.
And, you know, I can tell you as a mutual
better.
person growing up in Manhattan, you don't necessarily have that then opportunity. But then she was like, but I've been in LA now for so long. What do you mean? And she actually learned how to ride a bike. And it was the same
I
thing.
love
Like,
it.
I was always just too big. And, you know, and she did. So
2022, I'm getting on the bike.
There you go. I love it. And if anybody who's on this call missed Sorrel's post with her goodbye and hello pictures from the past 6 months, go take a look, go give some love, and go know that we are all capable of doing that.
Also, I told Sorrel, I actually texted her that she's strong. I think everybody's writing like how beautiful and amazing. I'm like, I don't want to ever think that she wasn't beautiful or amazing before. Like, you're strong. I don't know. It was bothering me. Everybody's like, you're beautiful. You weren't any less beautiful before. I don't want you ever to think that. So I don't know. It just bothered me a little bit. I don't know. I had to throw that out there. Because you are beautiful before, now, always.
I think I just struggled with the before and after concept, but it's like what you said, Ayala, it's not before and after. It's like embracing the new you, and it's like, it's not like we're there, far from being there, but yeah.
Before and becoming. Yeah, Lily. Yeah. Also, I think we've discussed this before in the past, the whole idea of appreciating, recognizing, and like what Jen said, like in terms of the being grateful to yourself, right? Like, I know like that's what Jen spoke about in terms of her word. Like, give some gratitude to that person that you were a few months ago that got you started on this. Like, they deserve props. That person, that's you, you know, and that person got you here. Jen, what were some other things in the Facebook group on the post? Do you remember? Hannah, do you want to share? You were talking about something that happened on Friday. How does that roll into where you want to see your year going?
No, it just came to me on Friday. I find it hard during my day-to-day with young kids that come in and want food now and whatever. And then when it gets you as the mother, I always think we're the last people to think of ourselves often. And it's like, right now I'm hungry. What am I going to eat? And just in terms of being more organized and a step ahead, as I was making all this food on Friday, I was like, if I just make some quinoa and some tofu, then that's pretty much set for Sunday, Monday. Like, I'm done. And then, you know what? And I was like, why didn't I think about this before? Because we all cook on Friday, like, or Thursday. We're all in the kitchen, and it takes nothing just to put on a pot of quinoa, and it's there ready for you, or some extra sweet potatoes, or a veggie cut, like nothing. And I was like, why haven't I thought about this before? I'm an idiot.
No, some things have to.
But it's so logical. It's so not like literally. And I was like, result.
No, my kids know. I basically cook on Friday, and then like it's kind of not cooking again until Friday. Like, we'll make a lot more chicken or put things up on the barbecue so that we just have them and just make it easy for everybody.
So,
Right.
Hannah, what would you say in terms of taking that moving forward for your year? Like, putting it in perspective of what Jen was saying with these posts. Like, I don't know, like, you want 2022 to be a year that you're prepared, that you are
Prepared. I feel for all of those in the UK, like I feel from England, I feel like be prepared was like the brownie motto. If anyone was ever a brownie, if you know what that is or not.
Yeah.
What would be my thing for 2022? I really liked what Yoni said, and also what you said about giving myself as you are with others. I think that's massive. I really do. And also what you said about being not just needing joy in the moment, about being in the moment. I think we're so quick to get to our goals or whatever they may be, but you know what? When you're along your way, like as Sorel puts it so amazingly most of the time, like when you're like to celebrate your wins along the way, don't just wait till you get to that final magical number, whatever we think that may be.
Okay.
My word was fun, and sorry for the headphones. I feel so self-conscious about the noise, so I'm gonna try to get over it. One of the main things that I found was that when I get stressed, I take all the fun out of stuff for myself. It has to be very like controlled and like, okay, wait, what do I have to do? Even with meditating, even with working out, it becomes, okay, I have to do this. And just constantly reminding myself this year, this is supposed to be fun. Like relax, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be right. If I don't feel like intensifying and I want to modify the whole workout today because it's more fun. If I like doing it with crazy music instead of hearing Elise talk, awesome. Whatever is going to make it the most fun possible. It's like, and in terms of the meal prep and in terms of the water and in terms of even sharing in the group, what is going to be the most fun way to connect versus what do I have to do to check the box to be a good girl?
I agree. Everyone has to be more fun. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Make a reel on Instagram. Why not? Okay. Anyone else? Wait, I just have to say, Debbie's going to kill me for doing this, but Debbie, welcome to your first call. I would love to hear Debbie's word. Debbie has lost 30 pounds already and keeps going and is really, really inspirational. And I don't want to put her on the spot, but
Way to go, Debbie.
But you did.
But you, yep, that's it. Now we're all waiting. Come on, Debbie.
pick
What do you want me to say?
pick an adjective that you want to work on in 2022, that you want to be a more something you in 2022.
Calm.
Okay. You want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, I just think that like sometimes I need to take a beat before I think how I feel or respond to how I feel or to the situation. And I think that in being more mindful and, you know, in whatever the quotes I read every day now, and I just think like I need to be a little, or I guess you could say calm or less intense about things. Like sometimes it just like, I just gotta like don't even give it a beat and just keep going.
Yes.
And that goes for the scale too.
Yes. I feel like with the word in our WhatsApps is always like, Debbie, breathe. Debbie, breathe.
Because sometimes the scale does not go the way you thought it was going to. And
Hey, and it still keeps it going down because weight loss is not linear.
also, I want to say hi to my friend Seema. Haven't seen you in years because she lives in Israel now, but I love seeing your face.
Okay, amazing. I like that a lot. Anyone else? Even if you have any questions, it doesn't have to be an adjective. It could be, how can we help you set you up? Anything.
Who hasn't spoken yet? Who else are we calling on? Seema, how are you feeling? Can you talk or no?
Randy, how about you with those gorgeous earrings and that little pink streak in your hair? You're rocking the fun.
She's like, oh man.
I actually just got on the call, so I'm just listening at the moment and trying to, while I'm cooking for tomorrow.
Is just picking a word that will just inspire us as to what intention we want to set for the new year. So I picked fun, someone picked more grateful, someone picked more calm, just whatever comes like kind of the first thing to your mind that you want for yourself this year.
Can I choose all three of those? No, really. I feel like the last 6 months, for anyone who doesn't know me, I had a baby 6 months ago. I worked out the whole pregnancy until week 35, and then I got a sinus infection, and then I just walked a lot because I was too big to do any more jumping. And I feel like ever since she was born, it's just a lot of stress. So if I can find some more fun in everything I do and be calm while doing it, that would be ideal.
Amazing. And Ms.
Well, I
Alter.
think on that
Can I
topic,
respond
Jen,
to her? Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
I did not just have a baby. I did have a baby in the last year. And I, for myself, and Jen's gonna kill me, but like I had found that like I actually joined a gym like right around the time that I started to be. And Jen's like, you're paying for all these programs on your TV and whatever. I'm like, I know, but I need to leave my house.
Wait.
As little-
Wait. It was never about the money. It was about
No, I know. I have
Quality.
I have access to them. And I know I do. But for me, I need to leave my house. Like it's become my routine, right? I take them to school in the morning. I do what I have to do, and then I move on with my day. And I don't know, like I assume I don't know where you live, but there's always classes, other places. Like just making that time for yourself, like once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, or for me has been like honestly the most life-changing part about this whole thing is prioritizing myself and taking that time to be by myself and outside the house.
It's so funny because I just said this to my husband on Friday. We were having a conversation about how I never leave the house. And
Yeah.
how I love my morning workouts, but I miss my spinning classes. Before Corona, I used to go twice a week with a friend, and it was amazing. And I'm hoping that things calm down and we can start doing that again.
You have to find what works for you, but for me, like it cannot be in my house.
Sometimes it's just getting outside. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
necessarily be a specific class or it was 5.5 degrees this morning. I will never give up my morning walk unless I'm sick as a dog and then I'm doing some sort of movement in the house. But last year when it was minus whatever degrees, I won't give it up. It's literally mental health. Like
Yeah.
my children and husband are still alive today because I go out for a walk every day. So
I'm
they
telling
are
you, when my
thankful.
husband complains that I keep leaving, I'm like, it's for the better good.
Right. Well, it's for you. I'm doing it for you.
Exactly.
You are selfless that way, Debbie. You are selfless, Debbie.
Well, he called me selfish, but it's okay.
No, he's just spelling it wrong. Selfless, because you're going out so that everyone else can live.
Exactly.
I think I love a lot of the calm, fun talk. Jen Cantor, Jen Toplin asked a question that I'd love for you to discuss and everybody, also pitch in afterwards. And Lily talks about this a lot too. Can you talk more about making weight loss fun, right?
Okay.
Alana always says weight loss mode is the fun mode. Like she's having the best time of her life now in weight loss mode, Alana, post baby number 3. So I think that's a great thing for everybody to, Sure.
So when I read that, I actually really liked that question. But for me, it's less fun. It's more about really just enjoying it. It doesn't have to be yay, parties every single day. Like you lost, you didn't like it. It's just about being enjoyable. You have to enjoy the food that you're eating and then enjoy the process of figuring out if that worked for you or if it didn't work for you. That's what I have found that it works for me. I have to really enjoy what I'm doing in terms of workout too. And Ayala knows, and Lily knows, and Yoni knows, and Adi's still here. Job 1. That's the newest program that just came out, just to throw that out there. On week 2, I'm going to be completely honest. I have to love my workout. I have to love my workout 100% in order to want to do it every single day, 5-6 days a week. Didn't love it. Now moving on to week 2, I'm starting to like it a little bit more. But like that's the thing that you need to find. The same thing that Debbie's saying, the same thing that Randy's saying, like find whatever works for you that makes it enjoyable for you. It's not going to be the same thing that works for me or works for anybody else.
Having an accountability partner or an accountability group.
I think that is 100%.
I think that's what makes it fun. I'm part of Ayelet's bigger group, which is great for lots of different things, but I also have a smaller group. And that definitely, it not just on a peer pressure thing, but it just makes things more fun. Like the banter, that definitely helps.
That's a Facebook crew. We had so many people join. They created their own little WhatsApp group, and we have a Renana group that created their own little WhatsApp group in their neighborhood. And it's something that you only get to experience when you actually share 2B Mindset in the group with your friends. Because if you share it with your friends, all of a sudden all your friends join and it gets to be something really fun that you do together. I mean, Ayala and I have this like gift of a friendship that started because we were accountability buddies and we just had so much fun saying like, okay, we're both stressed out, like we're gonna actually make time to go to the beach for an hour, which we so need to do again. But like desperately. But aside from that, when I wrote fun, by the way, is this any better, like sound wise?
No, completely staticky, not better. Just we're ignoring it. Go talk.
Okay, so I took whatever, it doesn't matter. For me, fun, I've learned actually needs to be a little rah-rah because I have a need for adventure and fun. And when I don't meet that need in a positive way, I will meet that need in a negative way with food. I can't tell you how many times I'm like, I should make cookies. Like if I'm thinking to myself, I should make cookies, like I should go watch that cooking show. I should go try that recipe. Like if it's not a 2B recipe, then it means I'm lacking like fun in my life. It's like I've been locked in my house too much, or the kids are all sick, or like I haven't escaped and I want something new. I want something fun. I want something exciting. I need some adventure, like Cheryl said. So for me, keeping my life more fun and less food focused is part of making weight loss fun. Like looking for new places to do date night, looking for a new art exhibit that I want to go see, because I don't have enough friends that want to do that stuff with me. I need to, anybody who like, I don't know you're into that stuff, you need to reach out to me because I need people who want to do that. Like people want to do just things, other hobbies, other activities that aren't chronic dieting, that aren't always thinking about food, because then I know when I'm worrying about what I'm eating too much, and I'm not just making something yummy and tracking it and moving on, and I'm like ruminating about what new recipe I should try and I should do this, like it's very distracting from my life. And if my life is more fun, then the food isn't as compelling. It can be yummy and it's good and delicious, but that's how I make weight loss fun. I focus more on my life and adding fun to my life, if that makes sense.
Anyone else? Anyone else have ideas how they make weight loss fun? And again, I will give a little background here for whoever doesn't know. Lily is also a chef and a cook. So I think there was a big part of that, especially in the beginning, it was like, I can't eat the same thing every day. It's not going to be fun unless I'm constantly doing something different and this all the time. And I think it can go either way. You can either be someone that experiments more and then that is fun. Maybe that will make weight loss fun when it comes to the food aspect of your thing. Or like Lily said, you learn to have fun in maybe other ways and you lean into some of the repetitiveness, or like Adi spoke about in a previous call, you know, boredom versus, you know, variety, all those kinds of things, not boredom in a bad way. You'll always hear me, like, I like when my meals make me happy. It doesn't mean that they're always different, you know, but my meals make me happy. I think, and that's part of, whoa, Lily, you just shared a timer and now that's funny. You know, so, you know, I think a lot of it is a very personal thing, like how to make weight loss fun. Like think about what you want to be getting out of it. And I think getting to that point where it's not all you're thinking about, when you're not, or like even Debbie said, like calming down around a lot of those other things. Because when you know you're being consistent, or you know you're eating the foods that really work for you, then you can just let go a little bit. That whole idea, like sometimes people pre-track, and that allows more fun because then they don't need to be thinking about it all the time. They know what, let's say, they're going to be eating, you know, or spurts of fun. You know, Jen could send me a picture of her Shakeology ice cream that she had for dinner, and there's literally whipped cream and colored sprinkles on it. That's fun, you know?
Yeah.
We haven't heard yet from Alana, Charlotte, or Sarah. And Charlotte just shared something amazing in the chat, which I think is huge. We have about 8 minutes left, and I think this is enough time to do one more topic and then just sign off like really respectfully. Charlotte, if you're open to sharing, I think this is a huge thing Like when we want to let go over the weekend, or we want to let go and relax, to let go with food. And like how you can find more ways to let go outside of food. Like I talked about, like when I feel like I need to let go with food, it's because I'm not having enough other options. So what are some other options anybody has? Like Charlotte, talk, and we'll all try to brainstorm this with you as our last point for the evening.
Lily just asked me if I can talk. It's one of my main things in my life, is that I talk all day and all night. Yeah, it was just a good point. It just really, I like letting go. If anybody knows me, like I like to have fun all day, every day. And obviously I can't, so I've got to be a tad bit responsible on an odd occasion. But I do feel like I let go with food. I'm like, okay, my extras will be extra fun, like a few extra cranberries or a few extra nuts. That's where like my accessories always let me down as well. Like they're too fun. So it's like opening a packet of cashew nuts. Can't do that because I'll eat them all. Somebody just mentioned, sorry, I've forgotten your name, but I know she had a lovely British accent, unlike my northern one. About tofu, I discuss with Yoni all the time. I can't bloody eat tofu because if I make it, I eat the whole bloody packet. That's another thing. Like, so a lot of my fun has to be taken away. And like Yoni's taught me that, you know, when you make a 3-pack of salmon, put the other 2 in the freezer when you've made it. Well, it's already been eaten by the time I can't get it in the bloody freezer because it's fun. You know what I mean? I leave it on the side for too long to cool down to get it in the freezer. Like it's those small things that to me are really fun. Tonight I made spaghetti bolognese and that was really good. And I threw like 4 courgettes into the oven, zucchinis, whatever you guys call them. And I was like, okay, I'll save half for tomorrow. No, they were all eaten. And I know that's just a courgette, but like, cause it was fun, I ate them all. And of course they were dark green and light green. That was even a bit more fun I did, but I didn't have to overeat on 4 courgettes. I could have used them for tomorrow night. And now I've got no dinner for tomorrow night because it was all too fun and colorful with the dual colored, you know, courgettes in there. So like the limiting, I mean, I've lost altogether 30 kilos and over, I think 20 something kilos with 2B. So, okay, I'm like bordering between 27 and 30 kilos all the time now. So it's that slump, but it's the same mistakes I make over and over. I'm just going really back to the beginning of the call now, but also I'm really prepared. I drive, I'm on the road all day. I have my breakfast, I have my big box of vegetables, which all my clients steal as well now, because as soon as they see it, they want to eat it. They put their biscuits away and I've like transformed them, which is another hurdle. And then I've got my big, massive salad, which is fun, probably too many accessories. But then it's dinner. I get home at 4 o'clock. And like another lady just said, you know, we're feeding all the kids, we're giving them their business and the fun's gone then. You know what I mean? You've got the tribe to feed. And then you're thinking, well, you know, what now? That I've not got anything else prepared. And if I do prepare it in too much of a fun way, I eat it all. So it's like stopping that loop. But how do I stop the loop? See, I told you I could keep talking.
What else do you love that would be so, I was you exactly. Like I would make the salad that was so delicious. I would finish it and be like, I didn't do that again. And I would just make a whole nother salad to eat because
I do on very regular occasions. I do. It's a problem.
So only for me, how I solved it was really, there was a great quote on the show, The Home Edit from Netflix. And she said, you can either love the thing or you can love the space of not having the thing. Like, it was like, I can love the fun of having 2 salads, or I can love the fun of having a salad for tomorrow. But what I love even more is having the salad for tomorrow and using that time to go on more date nights or make more time with friends or call somebody or take a bubble bath, which I never gave myself permission to have time before, but I have time to make another salad, right? Like all these things that we're not taking because we're taking seconds. And to think about that space, like what could you fill that with if you had all that time back? You could do anything.
I could talk some more, I suppose. No, just kidding. Yeah, it's a hard balance to, again, once you've done all that food prep and all the rest of it, it's filling your time with something else or something else. Also the energy levels to do that. I shouldn't say this because it's not a big boost for 2B, but I've lost all that weight without doing any exercise. I wasn't ready for it. Yoni's like promising me some leopard print leggings when I'm ready to join the whole exercise regime thing, but it's not working yet.
I have, by the way.
I don't know if your size is quite fit me yet, but I have got my first fat pile of clothes. I have got my first ever in my whole life fat pile of clothes, and I'm scared to throw it out.
Get rid of them.
I told her last time she's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. That the
driving over to your house tomorrow, and I'm taking them away.
Right, Charlotte, can I say something about
You're not getting rid of them. You're not getting rid of them. You are passing them along to the next person who can benefit from these beautiful clothing that no longer work for you.
Yes. What about shopping? What about online shopping if you have to get some new clothes? Like that's great. What about thinking about something that you've now made space for in your life? Like,
Oh, I do. I just thought I buy clothes that I've never bought in shops before, but it still doesn't stop me from doing the same mistake over and over again, which is
So Charlotte, can I
Go.
say something on that point, on that specific point? This part is really
quick
important.
before I
And
start
this-
talking again.
Right, okay, no, that's why I cut you off. I'm very good at interrupting people, very good.
Good.
So I think that what the important part here, and I think something that we try to give over as coaches, is how to become that own voice, that own coach in your head sometimes. And
Right.
it comes down to this. You have to stop rehearsing the past, okay?
Right.
If you continue thinking the same way, you will choose the same way. So if you are constantly now saying, yeah, I can make 4 courgettes and then eat 4 courgettes, I can do that too, easily. But I will make the decision beforehand. I will either make 4, because when you put them in the oven, they shrink. Or if I say I only want 1 or 2, I'll make them into zoodles because the volume's bigger, right? But you have to at some point stop rehearsing the same script, because then you will keep on making the same decision. So I want you thinking about that. How are you going to change what you are saying in your head, thereby affecting the choice you then make afterwards? You don't need to keep on saying the same thing.
wow, thank you so much, Charlotte, for wrapping us up in our call tonight. Jen, I'm sending it to you for the final minute. Thank you. Can you just wrap us up with the word, your word, and what we should do this week? What are we going to do this week? What are the posts like? What do we need people to do to take action?
Mute, you're muted.
I'm muted. Okay, first of all, my word again for anyone that didn't hear or did hear is grateful. And I have to say that I am just grateful for all of you that showed up and really shared. This is like a community that like really Facebook doesn't really like get to see and get to hear. I don't even know I don't know where she went. Charlotte, I didn't know Hannah. I don't know. I know Sorel, like, and I didn't know Jen so well. Randy, I know also. And Tasha, I know. But like, I didn't really know all of you, and I feel very grateful that you all shared and opened up a little bit more tonight. And that was really the point of this call, to really hear and feel a sense of community. So I feel very grateful for that. And I think the posts this week are going to be, we're running out of time, but I think they're going to be very like to the point. Like, what are you doing moving forward to get you to that word that you want to get to? So stay tuned.
Good night, everybody.